Alrighty, gamers, how's it going? Daybreaker Rein here, coming at you through your video scope, and we are a bit late. We're a bit late to streaming this. It actually started on the 23rd. I thought it started on the 25th. That was my mistake in thinking that, but we are going to be going ahead and starting this today. I made my character yesterday, but I wanted to do another Return to Drangleic series. I did a full stream playthrough of this, although it was kind of, I think I missed a month or two, or something like that. It ended up being really late, but I did this back in 2017. I haven't done it since, but I have the Dark Souls itch like I usually do. Let me turn that down on my end real quick. Hopefully it's not coming in too loud on the stream's end. But it definitely was coming in loud through my headset there. But I have not done this for over 2 years. You know, I haven't streamed Dark Souls 2. I try to change it up every now and then. A lot of my regular broadcast streams were for Dark Souls 2, especially during the first time I did the Return to Drangleic. But this year is a little bit different. I decided, as sort of a tribute, if you will, I have made my my departed friend Andrew as a character. He is the character we are going to be playing as. And Dark Souls 2 was a game that we experienced a lot together, and I really hope to play through this all the way till its entirety. I might even do the DLC, just to say that I've done it, because I have not done the DLC on stream yet. So yeah, I thought it'd be really cool. I'm not necessarily dedicating this stream to him, but I am doing it because Dark Souls 2 is very nostalgic for me, because it was something that we both played together and both got to experience together when it first came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. So yeah, I thought what better way to come back to Drangleic than to transverse the land of Drangleic as my friend Andrew. So yeah. I'm excited. It's been a minute since I've played Dark Souls 2. Me and Xanthan have been going through Dark Souls 3. We're getting pretty close to being wrapped up with that. We've been tag teaming cosplay builds, so that's been a lot of fun. I will eventually. So I did want to stream Dark Souls 1, and I've been meaning to stream Dark Souls 1, but I just have not yet gotten around to it. I've actually been wanting to stream the remaster, the Switch version of the remaster. I will hopefully do that somewhere down the line. I'm not exactly sure when. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be, because Dark Souls 1 is the only Souls game aside from Demon Souls I have yet to stream. So hopefully somewhere down the line we'll excuse me, we'll get to that point. But we'll probably be streaming today for like an hour or two. I'm not necessarily sure how long these streams are going to go. I'm pretty much at my leisure to do these streams as late as I want to, but I'm not really 100% positive. I'm not exactly 100% positive when I'm going to be wrapping up this stream. But today will be a shorter stream. I'm starting a bit late. My brother came by for his lunch period, so I was out chilling with him for about an hour. I wanted to actually start a lot earlier so I could at least make it a 3-hour stream. I'm actually trying to get to where I'm streaming longer, but just splitting the video, so I can cover more ground instead of just limiting myself to like an hour and a half long stream. Because again, I'm really at any leisure to stream as late and as long as I want. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. We'll see how long I'm entertained for the most part with some Dark Souls 2. But hopefully the stream is coming through relatively well. From my end, looking down at the little preview there, looks like it's coming in nicely. So that's a good sign. I'm actually really happy that I can finally, and I fucking never forget. I always forget to mute my damn phone. That was my phone, if you guys heard that. I'm pretty sure you did. My mic is always picking up stuff that it shouldn't. Let me at least come in here. Thankfully, we're not in an area that's super crucial to where I run the risk of getting invaded. We're just at the beginning of the game, so it's not too bad. Here, let me double check. Okay, I need to respond to this real quick. My bad about that. Yeah, I usually don't get text messages, so it's kind of like one of those things where I try to respond to it. That's my bad. Okay. Hopefully that'll take care of that. I'm gonna mute my phone. Okay, let's get back right into this. I don't want to be one of those streamers that just does dead air and doesn't say nothing. So one thing I've really wanted to be doing, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to my streams, you know, my older brother finally managed to secure himself a fairly decent gaming rig. And I've really been wanting to get down on some multiplayer stuff and stream more stuff with my brothers and my friends to make these streams a little bit more entertaining. It's just a matter of like getting a hold of my friends is the thing. The IAS guys, you know, over in Discord, are a bit easier to collaborate stuff with than my own friends. So one of these days I might actually hit them up and we might do some streaming stuff. I did know that I really did want to stream PlayStation All-Stars before the servers went down, but I think the servers have already gone offline. I meant to get that in with them, but I completely forgot. So I want to say that the servers were shut down, if I recall, on the 29th of January. I do remember seeing an email, or it was like either like the 29th or like the 30th of January. It was like at the end of the month of January when the servers would be shut off, because it was like not only was PlayStation All-Stars being shut down, Warhawk was being shut down as well, which blew my mind. I didn't even realize Warhawk was still active. I don't remember. I think something else was in that list, but I can't really remember it right off the top of my head. What was being all shut down. I just remember PlayStation All-Stars was one of the big ones, which that one surprised me. That one I would have thought would have kicked around for a while. I mean, it kind of did, considering it really didn't even have much of a player base after like the first month that game was out.
Have you business with me? The way you are. See that's that?
Okay, for the record, since I have played this game in full with talking with every NPC, forgive me if I do skip the NPC dialogue. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't know you could cancel that. That's interesting. So if you guys are here for the story, you guys are mistaken. I did not do the DLC with my first Return to Drangleic character. I stopped at the vanilla game, just the core game. So when I do get to maybe the DLC, we will do cutscenes and dialogue, but for the most part, I will probably be skipping the large majority of that stuff, because I've already seen it and had it up on stream before. I'm sure anybody who's interested in the Dark Souls lore, Dark Souls 2 lore and things like that are more than capable of finding it on their own. It's all out there, so it's not like you're missing too much. But yeah, that'll just add more to the stream, and it'll make stuff go a little bit quicker if I'm not sitting there paying attention to every little NPC dialogue interaction. I've gotten to the point where in Dark Souls 3, I don't even really let it play out anymore either. I just kind of cycle through the options and talk to people when necessary, and when it gets me items and things like that. But yeah, let's go run around. Let's go run around Majula. Let's gather up what we need to. I don't think there's anything over there. But yeah, I probably will not be staying in this armor set for very long. I actually don't know what armor set I plan to get. Usually I have kind of an idea of what I want to do for characters. But it might just end up being something like the Elite armor set or something like that. The Elite Knight armor set. Yeah.
What do you seem to be an? And
Blah blah blah. God.
do you when you put?
Yeah, we'll join the way of Blue Covenant. Oh, I did forget to do the thing at the bonfire, though. Actually, now that I think about it.
That you but paid in the gate, but how may you find peace?
Okay, yeah, I got my buttons all confused because I've got freaking Dark Souls 2 on the brain, Dark Souls 3 on the brain. Let me see. Is there any? Okay, yeah, there are. Stay calm and then praise the sun. I think that was isn't that a freaking like a meme from freaking Happy Souls, if I remember right? Okay. Be a creature, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's go gather up the rest of this stuff. I'll just check that real quick. Oh boy. That's gonna suck. But I guess it won't be so bad. Depends, I guess, how long we postpone it. Me and my family were planning a potential day trip out of town. I was actually kind of looking forward to it. It's supposed to be this weekend, but we might have to postpone it. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. I always like going out of town. Like, for some people, it might be like, I don't know if this is just because I live in a smaller city. But going out of town for me is like an experience. Like, it doesn't matter if it's even if it's to just one of the bigger cities that's like around my area. Like, there's 2 cities like about go any which direction, and about 3-hour drive you'll get to a nice big city with a lot more to do. What is available here in this city. Yeah. Shout out choir. I can't buy it yet. God, Silver Cat ring. Holy shit.
Nothing's.
No, I don't need anything from you just yet. Trying to remember everything that I can get. I don't need to enter the Covenant of Champions for any reason. That'll just waste time. I'm not really trying to speedrun either. Like, I know that like most of the rules for the return to Drangleic and everything like that usually state like, hey, you know, do this at your own pace. Don't bum rush if you don't want to. I'm actually kind of curious, because isn't the Broken Thief sword over here? I don't think it's stronger than the sword that you start with as a warrior, but I'd be damn curious to find out if it actually is. I mean, because this is just like a broken, I think it's like a broken straight sword or something like that. Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. Okay, yeah. Crimson Parm is usually good if, like, you know, you don't have a shield at the beginning. Like, you start as like a cleric or whatever. Oh, yeah. Up this way. Up this way. Pull the lever. I remember the first time in vanilla when I came in here, how long it took me to find that lever. Okay, I don't... Oh, there's even a Soul of Lost Undead there. I didn't realize that. That eventually auto-closes, doesn't it? Because there's a lever on the other side, right? Or does it automatic... Or does it stay open? No, the Broken Thief sword is... Yeah, it does auto-close. Broken Thief sword is not better. I have actually seen... God damn it. I keep pressing start thinking that that's freaking how to open the menu. It's the freaking damn middle button. I have actually seen... I think that there are, like, challenge runs where you can use... Where, like, you try to use the Broken Thief sword. It would have been cool if there was actually, like... Because I don't think there was a hidden... or an unused content version of like a completed form of the Broken Thief sword, but it would have been interesting if there actually had been. Okay, let's go hit the bonfire, as we do. I'm wondering too, because I don't think the it was kind of seeming like that the event was actually, like, the Return to Drangleic was posted up by somebody else. It wasn't like the person who was originally organizing it. from what it seemed like. So it might actually be that a lot of people didn't realize that this was going on. I did read a bunch of comments though on the Reddit post that that there are people who are still actively playing this game. I don't know which version. I'm playing the PS4 version, by the way. I've actually heard from Dark Souls players, and I don't know if there is any validity to the claims that are made by some of these Dark Souls players, but I've heard that the PC version is quite bad when it comes to hacking. That there's a lot of people who like to hack. I know Ouroboros has stated before he refuses to play the PC version because it more or less feels like to him that when he gets on the PC version, like that there are people who are like actively trying to find him in the PC version. You know, that all the hackers get like a notification that he's gone live, so they just go and mess with them. He says that he said that he has to deal with that a lot. So I've wanted to I have it on PC. I'd love to play it on PC, but I'm just gonna stick with the console version for now until I can figure out if there are validity to those claims or not. I know that like most of the Souls games, when it comes to the if you get caught cheating, like from the server's end, I do know that it's supposed to put you in basically like a soft ban where you get paired, where you get paired with people who have been caught cheating as well. So I don't actually know if that is indeed the case. I mean, it's not peaking too bad, it doesn't look like. I'm going to bump that down just a little bit. No, that's too much. There we go. That's what I had it. I did bump it up from when I played Super Metroid. I didn't know if it was too... Super Metroid was coming in okay. My voice was coming in okay. It wasn't coming in too awfully loud at the volume that I had it. I didn't know if it was going to be the same for this game, because this game might actually end up being louder. What the fuck? That was pretty bad. I whiffed that pretty hard. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know that invasions in this game are a lot weirder than they are in most of the other Souls games. So, because it's all based on soul memory instead of level. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? I could end up getting invaded. I could end up not getting invaded. You know, who knows? Okay, that one, that was actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect that message to be next to the gravestone. Oh, damn. You know, I should have actually, now that I think about it, I could have done this. I didn't do this, as you guys are probably aware. I could have actually gone and got the fucking stone plate ring. I didn't even think about doing that. I might end up using the battle axe again, like, not gonna lie, like, using the battle axe on my pyromancer that I did for the Return to Drangleic in 2017, like, that was fun as hell. The freaking battle axe is so good in this game. It's so freaking good. Like, it's almost like, it's just ridiculous how good it is. Okay, wait. I just heard what sounded like an enemy. Oh god, where the hell did he come from? Yeah, I was like, I just heard what sounded like an enemy landing. Okay. I could have gone and gotten that ring. We'll see how far we get. I know that that's really meant more. It's definitely good when you if you have that for PvP. I could say that. That's the only problem I hate is that we're gonna have to. I know that there's a short sword up here. We're gonna have to definitely slap that on. Because look, my freaking sword's already at half durability. Like, holy shit. Yeah, it's almost crucial that you get the bracing knuckle ring. Regardless of what build I use, that is still one of the rings I have equipped. Because it just makes it so much easier so you're not having to worry about weapon swapping. Or having multiple weapons. Now, granted, if you're something like a sorcerer and everything like that, and you have magic in your arsenal, you're pretty much fine, because you're not going to be using swords for very much anything, or like a melee weapon. Yeah, see, God, my sword's already almost fucking broken. Yeah, it's a broken straight sword. I know that it doesn't really have that much durability to begin with, so we're just going to switch to the other one for now. I know that there's a short sword up here, so we'll grab that. That'll probably be a lot better to use. Okay, we're not going to take care of any more of these guys. We're going to go take care of the dude who's throwing fire bombs. I can't remember if one tries to... Yep. Yep, one does try to come down. To be fair, I actually I'm seeing a lot of ghosts, so that's obvious that there's a lot of people playing, which is good. So people might have started playing for this event. They started probably at the proper time, which I freaking didn't. So as you do. Oh, actually, no. The last time I streamed this, I streamed it not too long ago. I was actually playing through the DLC, and I had to refight the freaking boss in the freaking frigid outskirts or whatever. That god awful DLC area that is the bane of my existence. And it actually went really well. I was actually able to get through the area and not die to the boss, which is like when the first time I went through that area was the pinnacle of what happened the entire time. Yeah, the freaking the short sword's way better. Yeah, that's gonna be way better for the time being. Hello. Oh god, yeah, the damage on that. Holy shit. Well, and I have to remember too that I have fucking a shit ton of strength because I started as warrior. So you freaking have an insane strength stat right at the beginning of the game. So it makes clearing these bombs, like I know I like using the short sword, and then if I typically get a long sword, I know I switch to the long sword. Man, God, they give you... Why do they give you so many broken straight swords? Like, that's 3. I have 3 now, because not only did I start as warrior, so I started with 1. Like, now I have 2 more because there were 2 more here for some reason. That's really weird. I might have made a comment about that before. Now that I think about it, I probably did. I did not go watch my 2017 videos just to see. Like, I might make similar commentary. That might just be something that happens. I'm not of the mindset to go, oh, wow, he clipped me. Item back here. What the hell is it? Wooden bolts. So I might actually get a crossbow going. I hear crossbows are supposedly very good in this game. That this was the only Souls game that crossbows were good. So I might actually try speccing a crossbow. But we'll see. We'll have to see. I was gonna get hit by one of those things. I knew that much. Oh man, God, yeah, that's awful. God, man, now that I think about it, I should have started as bandits so I could have had freaking a bow right at the beginning of the game. Because as of current, I don't think I have any ranged weapon, so that guy can just snipe me. I do think that's a little bit annoying, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I don't have any bow at the moment. I don't even think I have like any throwing knives or anything. I do have I have a firebomb, but we're not gonna deal with them. Just gonna leave him be. We're gonna go about our business. We're gonna deal with this shit. Think there's a dude, bro, over here? Yeah. Oh, man. God, man, I'm already 30 minutes in? Holy shit. I know I know my intros are a bit longer than they used to be. And there's a reason for that, because I don't... Like, with XSplit, when I was using XSplit before I made the smart choice of switching over to OBS, specifically Streamlabs OBS, I know that... Basically, it was really good. Like, I would wait until my phone pinged with managing my mobile, managing my Twitch via mobile. I would wait for that to ping on my phone so I knew that I was live. Because I know that, like, some of my early streams that I did, there's kind of like a delay in where when the stream starts, like, I already have like the intro music or whatever going, and so I know that that's happened, and so that's what I'm trying to avoid now, because now that I'm using OBS, that notification doesn't come up as quickly as it used to. Oh my god. I don't know if it's a good thing that I'm a freaking warrior and I just have really good defense right at the beginning. Because, man, those guys freaking pounded the crap out of me just then. And I always start with the healing wares. Always start with the healing wares. Just to have the extra life gems is super, super nice right at the beginning. Because, man, you are not going to have the freaking adaptability to freaking do a chug-chug, like, super quick. So... I always make a conscious effort to freaking get the healing wares. Okay, do I want to... I don't think I want to screw with these guys just yet until... I don't know how much damage I'll actually do to them. Let me see if I can run down here. Ugh! Okay, run. Open the door. Roll inside. Usually I get hit by that freaking fireball, so I'm really surprised that I didn't that time. Okay, cool. We're going to equip that as a secondary. Okay, yeah, that's bad. We need to get off the messages. Okay, because I know the fire longsword, I think these dudes are actually weak to fire. So, like, it does more damage if I remember right. Or at least comparable damage to just smacking them straight with just a regular short sword. Okay, I really don't know what's going on there. Like, I'm tapping the button to swing twice, but he just swings once. I don't know if I'm just... It's because my brain's all mixed up because of playing Dark Souls 3. Seems like I really have to, like, actually press the button. Like, as weird as that sounds. It'd be super nice if I got some of their armor or something right at the beginning. That'd be great. Yeah, and I know the extra fire damage is actually really good. I'm genuinely surprised that there hasn't been an attempted invasion while I've been dicking around down here. I kind of expect it here to be perfectly honest. Like, I don't expect it usually further in, but again, because there wasn't really a huge outcry for it, I don't know. I don't know how many people are actually actively playing this version of the game. As far as I know, this version of the game could be very inactive. There could potentially be people who are not invading. I did see a couple don't give up skeleton signs right at the beginning there. But we'll have to, I just guess, wait and see as we get further along. You know, I typically don't get invaded. And yes, I'm just going to call you Ian because that's a really long name. But yes, I'm playing the PS4 version of Scholar of the First Sin. And welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming by. I much appreciate it. Okay, I know I can break into this room. I don't need the key. Can just whack. I wasn't looking to do any co-oping this run, but if you want to like set your sign down somewhere further up for like bosses or whatever, that's typically when I summon people, is only for bosses. It's just kind of like a thing that I do. It's just I enjoy the co-op more with bossing. With bosses, like I like to just try to like play the game on my own until I get the bosses usually, because to me, like when you have co-opers in boss fights, it makes it a little bit more fun just because you know, the health and stuff is increased. Oh crap, yeah. But I do know that the system in this, we can't, they didn't include that. Yeah, the system in this is kind of weird. It's a lot easier to do co-op and stuff in Dark Souls 3. And then they, of course, oh god, I wonder if they're eventually going to, now that I think about it, I wonder if they're actually going to, somewhere down the line, remake or remaster again Dark Souls 2. Since they added in that whole thing with Dark Souls Remastered where you can actually do the password. That makes it so much easier to find co-op signs. In this, it's a freaking pain in the ass. Okay, I don't think I... Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot those. Damn it. I guess I could go back there really quick. Well, yeah, you can use the name engraved ring for co-op, but I have to have the souls to buy it. And early game, that's really not viable, because it's like, what, isn't it like $6 grand for that frickin' ring? Actually, I'm going to port back to Magnolia just to frickin' put my theory to rest. Well, it does say that there's activity going on in the Forest of Giants, so there might be people hanging around. Yeah, but to be perfectly honest, the is easy early game, dude. I barely had like $4 grand. Easy early game and new game plus, sure, I'll give you that, because the amount of souls you get is increased as the difficulty gets increased. But I'm almost positive it's like a $6 grand.
Oh, you do.
But then that's also. Okay, it's 5,500, but that's still, like, that's a costly endeavor for early game. Especially with soul memory, you have to be really careful about that. Because my strategy is like I try to avoid buying shit as much as I can in the early game, and just do it late game. I get to the level that I want to get to. Typically, or try to level up as much as I can early game, and then late game is when I focus more on buying stuff. I mean, if you can leave the forest with that, like, I've never really kept track of how many souls I get in the forest. I just, again, and that system is still really weird. Like, I never got it to work consistently. I don't know if they fixed it in Scholar of the First Sin. I've never bothered with it. because again, I really only do like I'm tag teaming with my friend Xanthan. I'm tag teaming Dark Souls 3 right now just because it's easier to do so because of the password system. But with this, it's just kind of like because you have to be like within the similar soul memory. And then, yeah, I've never got the name engraved ring to work properly. Again, like, I never messed around with it past vanilla, like, so I honestly don't know if it's any better in Scholar. They might have fixed it, I'm not sure. I mean, they didn't get rid of soul memory in Scholar, so, you know. I like how they did that for Dark Souls Remastered. It's kind of funny that that they did that for Dark Souls Remastered, but they didn't they didn't do that for Scholar of the First Sin, where they added the password system. And now, like, I know that was introduced more, you know, in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, but it's just funny that Dark Souls Remastered happens and freaking they add the password system in. But they don't do the same for freaking Dark Souls 2. They don't like patch it in or something like that. Kind of makes me wonder if eventually they might actually do like another version of Dark Souls 2. Yo, Ian, thank you for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Got my 50 followers the other night when I was streaming Super Metroid. Much appreciated. Now I just need to get my streaming consistent, and I can actually apply for affiliate. Yeah, but then there's gonna have to be some changes because I know that Twitch has been really, oh, what's a nice word to put it? They've been really strict as of late. I have a couple friends who are Twitch affiliates. I believe my friend, Derek he's a partner, I think. But yeah, I know that like you have to be really specific about the stuff that you say and do on Twitch's platform. Right now, it really doesn't matter because I'm not making money, but it's like as soon as money starts getting involved, they want you to abide by more rules. How long do you think it'll take me to get to Vendrick? Well, I'm only planning to stream for like 2 or 3 hours today, man. Like, that's gonna take a minute. I'm planning to at least play over the next couple days. I'm trying to think because like I don't skip out on specific stuff. Like I know certain areas you don't necessarily have to go to. Like you could skip the freaking No Man's Wharf. You could skip No Man's Wharf if you wanted. I know that there's stuff like yeah, like it might, because that's not even really halfway through the game when you get to the freaking castle. Kind of. I mean, that's kind of the halfway point, sort of. That's a good question. So I actually do not know. I couldn't tell you. I usually play at my own pace, dude. So I don't try to rush things. Like, I'm not a speedrunner by any means. There are games I can complete quickly, that I'm sure people could complete much faster than I can. So yeah, that's just not something that I typically shoot for. I should have put the casual playthrough tag in the stream. I know people were kind of joking with me when I was streaming Super Metroid about speedrunning, just because I was doing, I was getting certain items early and everything like that, and I wasn't really trying to rush. 16 hours to get to Vendrick. Give or take, I think that sounds about right. Like, I mean, I know it's not an easy endeavor to get to Vendrick. That's even typically if you fight him. Like, I usually don't. Like, I did it just the one time to get the trophy, but like, I really don't bother with it after that. Oh shit, yeah, I didn't go get that item. God damn it. I know it's just a Titanite shard, but early shards are like really good to have. Okay. Yeah, let's not fall in the water. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Okay. Yeah, so kind of hard to say. I've never timed myself to see like where my overall like in-game time is by the time I get to Vendrick. 16 hours sounds about the average, I would say, unless you're speedrunning. But most speedrunners I know of Dark Souls 2 mainly speedrun on vanilla, an unpatched vanilla version of the original, because you can perform the speed glitch and all that good jazz. Yeah, totally didn't mean to do that. It was in my game plan, though. Fuck. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I probably should have brought some throwing knives. Oh, but I forgot the throwing knives out at the beginning. Ah, God. I keep forgetting that there's throwing knives over there. Yeah, we're gonna go do all the other stuff before I try to take on the freaking pursuer. I usually can. I'm a lot better when I play cleric to take on the pursuer because the mace is broken. I love it because of that. Mace is freaking stupid in this game. For the Dark Pilgrims, or for the Pilgrims of the Dark Covenant, are you working on that? There's the secret area in Black Gulch, and then the foggy area. Then it's in Black Gulch. There's two secret areas in Black Gulch. There's one that takes you down to fighting giants, to fight two giants, and then there's one that leads you to one of the doors. You need the forbidden key or the hidden key or whatever the key is that opens, because it opens a couple of doors in that area. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Oh, no problem, dude. Yeah, that was like one of the first covenants I did, like right off the bat. Like, I finished that covenant pretty quickly. Oh my god, no wonder. I try. God, no wonder. My adaptability is awful. It's freaking garbage. Oh man. Okay. Bump up dex. I at least like to get my stats. The stats that I don't heavily focus on, I at least like to get them up to 10. I don't think I'm going to do anything int-related with this character. It'll probably just be more of a strength build. Kind of like how my last character was when I did this. Okay, put a point in endurance, put a point in vitality, put one in attunement. I am going to start bumping up strength, though, because I do want this to be a more strength-based character, so I will start putting points there. Okay. Fuck. I was going to buy daggers. I'll just go get the ones that are over the gap. Hopefully I don't die. Which wouldn't surprise me if I do. What's that say? Huh. It's not too bad, though. Not too bad. Yeah, what the hell? I love this game to death, but my brain's all jumbled because I've been playing Dark Souls 3. So I've got my timing, like I know that the animations and stuff are all different in this, and so like startups are all weird, and like I guess there's just like a bit of an input buffer there for a minute. That's what it feels like. It certainly feels like there is. I could indeed be wrong. Alright, man. Well, I appreciate you coming by. I'll be doing this probably for a couple days, so if we get to a point where you got a character somewhere where you want to like throw it down for a boss fight or something, yeah, I'd be more than happy to get on some boss fighting with you. Oh man. Okay, let's try to get this shit, because this is well, I probably won't be getting the New Game Plus on this character because it's just I'll probably be doing all the DLC and everything like that. I didn't know that if that's the case that it's easier to summon a New Game Plus. It might be. Well, because by then I think people are probably already comfortable at whatever soul level they want to sit at and whatever soul memory they want to sit at, so they probably equip the Agape Ring and it just makes it easier. I could see that. Because I do know that I do that at least when I was messing around with the idea of doing PvP builds. There is a naked man fighting something near the bonfire. That was interesting. Okay, yeah, I should probably at least respond to that too. Oh, actually, let's not AFK in Dark Souls like a scrub. That is like the worst thing to do. It's the amount of souls to make a difference in summoning is so large. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I've only ever, well, before my data wiped, because I had a data prior to this where my main sorcerer character was on New Game Plus 3, or no, he was on New Game Plus 2, and that was before I lost that data, unfortunately, due to a hard drive crash. So, yeah, that makes sense, though. Yeah, no, soul memory is the wackest thing. As of right now, it's probably still my sorcerer. I'd have to go check. You got me curious, so I'm actually gonna go check. Let me set the bonfire though, because I don't want to come back in with like no life. 256. I don't think my guy's that high. He was when he was when he was on New Game Plus 2. He was like 225, I think, when he was at New Game Plus 2. But like I said, I lost that data, and the recovery that I had was before I did all that. So he's 224 is my sorcerer. I know that my vanilla character is a lot higher than that. But yeah, my vanilla character on the PS3 version is a lot higher than that. But yeah, my sorcerer is 224 right now. And that he's still on New Game Plus 1, I think, because I was busy wrapping up the DLC, I think. I was finishing up the Ivory King DLC, if I'm not mistaken. I was trying to get plat on PS3, but the game was just dead. I ended up, well, I played Dark Souls 2 when it first came out, when the PS3 version first came out. I had it, and I never got any of the DLC until Scholar came out. So I haven't messed around with that version a lot, and it's probably dead too, because it could be, if you're trying to play the game legitly and you're not seeing anybody, it's because everybody's mega muled their characters. Because that mega mule is widely available, so you could basically get a max level character if you wanted to. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's why you're not seeing people. It's just because they freaking mega muled, and so their freaking memory is like ridiculously high, like in the freaking 30-50 million or whatever it is to freaking get to level 800. Mega Mule is basically, so I'm surprised you haven't heard of this. A Mega Mule is a hack save that gives you every single item in the game. It gives you every single item in the game, max stacks of every single item in the game. So you get a stack not only in your inventory for all consumables, but you get a stack of them in your item chest as well. It gives you plus 10 weapons, plus 10 armor of everything. It gives you every variant of a weapon, so like every infused weapon. Yeah, so basically it just gives you everything. And it's basically a free-for-all of, like, you can do whatever you want with that. So, technically speaking, you could get the Mega Mule, and you could play through the game legitly. You just already have max-level gear right at the beginning of the game. But most people probably just dump, because they get 99 of each soul, so they just dump the souls to level up to a ridiculously high level. Which I did do that, and I did it for the sole purpose of, because I've platinumed the game, so it's like I've done everything. It's not like I'm cheating with the intent of like, oh, I'm a scrub, so I needed to cheat. No, I platinumed the PS3 version. I platinumed this version not too long ago, probably like sometime last year. So it's just there for just funsies. You know, you get to have fun with the game. You have everything. You can make your character, you make your builds ridiculous. You can make whatever build you want right at the beginning of the game. So yeah, it's really just there for that. So I would assume, because that's such a widely available thing that you can do on the older versions, because you can't do it on the PS4 version, as far as I know. If there is a way to do it, I don't know how to do it on the PS4 version without doing like save editors. Because I do know that those exist, but I don't know if there's like a genuine way to do that. So it's really just dependent. But yeah, that's probably why you weren't seeing anybody, because everybody's so ridiculously high in soul level. If there is an active player base on either the PS3 or the Xbox 360 versions. It's been a minute since I played the PS3 version, and it's hard for me to go back to that version specifically, just because it's kind of atrocious how bad the frame rate is. I don't remember it being that bad, but then after playing Scholar, and they fixed the frame rate issues where they upped the frame rate significantly. Yeah, it's really, really hard for me to go back to the original version. But I do on occasion just to mess around with Mega Mule, because I think it's fun. And it's cool too, because you know, there's Mega Mules that exist for not only Dark Souls 2, but there's one for Dark Souls 1, and there's also one for Demon Souls. But the problem with Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls is those Mega Mules are already established characters. You don't get the ability to make your character. With the Mega Mule in Dark Souls 2, for PS3 at least, you get the ability to actually still customize your character and make him however you want. You can make him look, sound, or whatever, however you want. Because you don't actually, like, it gives you all that stuff as soon as, like, you boot up the game, so it's like you're still in things betwixt with, like, a full inventory of stuff. So, oh yeah, that was the life ring, wasn't it? Yeah, let's throw that on, just to have some extra life. So yeah, Mega Mule's an interesting thing if you ever want to look it up. I recommend, like, making a backup of your original save. I wouldn't, like, save over it or anything like that. But again, appreciate you coming by, man. Again, appreciate the follow. Like I said, if I do end up doing like a New Game Plus run or anything like that, you're more than welcome to come by, and I'll You know, I'll be here. I mean, ah! I think even. Oh yeah, that was in vanilla. Yeah, I forget they change things.
Well, oh, it'll with.
Yes, thank you, Pete.
I
Thank you for the white soapstone, you Solaire freaking wannabe. Okay, but yeah, we'll equip that. God, and that's throwing me off too, because there's a freaking hot bar in freaking Dark Souls 3 for tools, so that's always nice. Yeah. Oh, really? Come on. You know what? I think I have like... Okay. That's what I should have done. I don't know why I was trying to bait the freaking AI to freaking do it. Leave those guys be for a minute. I don't think they aggro onto you unless you smack them. Oh, hey! Look at that. Hooray! Message rated. The only message I put in the game so far. I'm assuming that says something about sniper. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. God, it's amazing how well I can actually see on this damn monitor. Won't be needing no torch this time. Ow. Come on. Come on, bring down your shield. Oh, fucking asshole. He did not capitalize on that guy, but God, if I had been invaded, Vader had, like, whipped around that corner, man, they would have freaking, like, totally gotten a free hit, free kill. I didn't realize they did that, to be perfectly honest. I think that's, like, the first time I've ever been freaking been parried by an AI. Like, I genuinely didn't know that they did that. I don't think this helmet's better than the one I'm wearing. It might be. Base helmet might be better. I don't know. That makes sense. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to read those texts. What? Wait, I got a weapon? What weapon did it give me? I kind of wasn't paying attention. Was it the mail breaker? It might have been. But yeah, that's just supposed to give you a helmet, isn't it? Yeah, the infantry helmet. It's got slightly, somewhat better defense. Oh, that's why my freaking stamina recovery is shit. Yeah, I'll definitely, because I definitely probably want to wear heavy armor with this character. So I probably will more than likely be speccing into Vitality to get my equipment load up. I'm actually really stunned, considering that this started 3 days ago. Well, a lot of the people who probably started on it, to be perfectly honest, are probably already at the end of the game, so I probably don't have to worry too much about running into early game people. I'll probably see it a little bit more later if there are people who are specifically, you know, playing the Return to Drangleic to do PvP. I might see people later. Ow. Insert Roblox oof. Yeah, I don't know what the optimal, like, typically I only shoot for about, like, 25 adaptability. I don't know what the optimal adaptability actually is. I've never looked it up, so I don't know. Yeah, you better back up, dude. You saw your friends get murked. Okay, can't go through that door. I didn't realize there's a hole there. That's kind of weird. God, man, that's a beginner's trap. Like, holy shit. Oh, hey, buddy, you should, like, come down. Oh, wow. Hi. Shit, my sword's about to break. Such a nice weapon to have right at the beginning of the game, man. Fire weapon, because freaking the enemies, at least early enough on, are pleb enough that you could freaking have a fire weapon. Okay, let's see. I feel like I missed an Estus shard. Like, I feel like I should have 3, but for some reason I'm second guessing myself about that. Okay, so just in case, we're gonna go hit the bonfire. We're probably gonna go to Majula. No, I can't sell anything until I get freaking to Gavlan. That's right. He's the only NPC you could sell stuff to. Yeah, it's so weird. It says that there's freaking activity going on in the Forest of the Giants, but apparently I might just be lucking out. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sometimes when I stream, I get lucky and I don't have to deal with shit. Okay, let me kind of go through this. Okay, so anything extra I usually hold on to, because I know when I first meet Gavlan, I'm gonna sell it. Oh, but I wanted to go kill the pursuer before I fought the frickin', before I fought the giant, so I might go do that instead. And I might actually hold on to both the short bow and the light bow at the moment. Hold on to that. Deposit all the... Actually... How do I go to the other side? There we go. Give all that back. Deposit that, deposit that, deposit that, deposit that. Okay, what's some shit? No, I'm pretty good. Like, there's really nothing that's on me that I don't need. Okay, I just wanted to I just had a realization of something, and I don't remember what it was that I just had a realization about. Oh, yeah, that's it. I was going to check because I have an iron palm. I didn't know if any of these shields were technically better. That's so weird to me. How does an iron shield have more physical absorption? Or how does a leather shield have more physical absorption than an iron shield? I get that it's like basic, you know, it's like just a basic shield, but still. Not sufficient to protect one from real danger. But apparently a large leather shield is. I'd lose absorption to fire, lightning, and dark. But I'd gain... I'd lose some weight, and I'd gain physical absorption. So that's probably what we're going to do. Because it seems the iron param is... Like, that's just weird to me. That, like, stat-wise, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But we will do that because that seems like the smart thing to do. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I got the dude's key. I can come and freaking get all this. I can raid the stuff that's in his house. Yeah, that's where I was thinking there's a shard. I was like, wait, shouldn't I have 3 charges? And then there's a shard where the pursuer is, so technically I'd have 4. You know, I still really wish there was some, like, this is the area, oh, and I need to actually go use that Pharaoh's Lockstone, too, now that I think about it, because then I can get the Corinthian ring. Corinthian ring? Yeah, something like that. I really want to know what the fuck this area is about. Like, why is there this giant book? Like, I genuinely thought that this was going to be, like, a DLC-related area. Like, this was going to have something to do with the DLC. Like, this room doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know if there's, like, a deep lore explanation about this room. I don't know if there was, like, any, like, scrapped in-game text that mentions it. Because Kale sure as fuck doesn't mention it. He just mentions, oh, yeah, don't go into the frickin' basement because there's spookies down there. You know? And the whole thing with the map, too. Like, I don't really understand the thing with the Drangleic map. Like, I don't know. Like, there's so much, like... And I get why stuff is left ambiguous, because it's like, you're really, like... You, as the player, are supposed to kind of make your own story when it comes to this stuff. Like, I know that there's a lot of stuff from, like, books and everything like that, like guidebooks and stuff like that, that kind of further shed light on a lot of stuff for Dark Souls. But yeah, it's just like, there's this freaking weird ass map. There's a freaking obvious chest here that for some reason you can't freaking open. Like, what the hell is that about? Somebody freaking carved out a freaking stone map of Drangleic, like, and then the whole thing with the Lord Vessel being down here. I thought there were oh, fuck. Oh, and that's right, too. You stop when you freaking drink. Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, yeah, there's a shard here, and then I remember where the other shard is. But yeah, like, so people... Yeah, visions of pointless. Yeah, because everybody says that this is supposed to be the Lord Vessel, or shards of it. But then I think the Lord Vessel shows up again in freaking Dark Souls 3, and it's perfectly fine. At least that's what I think is the Lord Vessel at the high wall. It kind of sucks that you can't get the... Like, that's the only other thing. Like, I didn't mention to Mr. Ian that... the good thing about the Mega Mule is like all those exclusive weapons that were in that chest, because there were set time frames where From ran little events to where you could get special weapons. Like, they're not any different. Like, they're weapons that are already in the game, but they're designed differently enough to where, and I'm sorry I smacked that. That's gonna come through because it did in the last time. I try to be a little bit better with this freaking arm, man. they're weapons that are already in the game, but they have unique designs, like the blue Murakomo. And it just sucks, like, because like the Mega Mule is now literally the only way you can get that stuff now. So it's like, because I don't think From is ever gonna run those campaigns ever again. Excuse me.
Is that a shard you found? Here, let me to see light. However,
Okay, put a point in adaptability. Put a point in dex. Yeah, I'm weird like that, where there's got to be symmetry in my stats. So, yeah, I'm just really weird. Like, if it's a stat that I'm not focusing on, I at least like to get it up to 10 in case it's that weird thing where, like, I maybe do want to use a spell. But I'm probably going to do like a strength faith build is kind of where I'm hoping to be with this character. So. Okay, so we're going to come back to the Cardinal Tower. We're going to shoot down to use the Pharaoh Stone. Probably come back up to the bonfire. I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to do before I go fight the giant aside from that. I don't think there is. Not areas I can feasibly reach in any case without killing myself. So... How did that still manage? That was dumb as all hell. How did that freaking manage to still hit me? That's dumb. Okay, here come the two. Ooh. Okay, I'm seeing them do stuff that I have not ever seen them do. I didn't know that they could charge at me, bro, with their freaking claymores like that. Like they're freaking using it as a spear. God, and that's really still throwing me off. Yeah, I definitely need the Corinthian ring. That's essential. Like... Especially with the way... Oh, well, yeah, I gotta deal with these guys, though, first. Because I just thought about that since the door's open. That's really weird. I heard like a summon sign noise. Why would there be a summon sign in that area? Or is there? Oh, yeah, isn't there? Isn't there like an AI summon that you can summon there? I think there is. Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to help. And it's so weird, too, that you can get a Titanite slab this early in the game. It's not like you're going to be able to upgrade a weapon this early to freaking max level. I don't know if freaking... I don't know how you pronounce his name. It's like YMFAH. I don't know if you spell it out that way. No, that's a shade. That's really freaking weird that a shade would like leave a sign down there. I was wondering about that. I was like, why am I hearing someone's sign ping? That's really odd. Yeah, so I think for today's stream, just to wrap it up at a decent time, I think I'm just gonna focus on killing the giant, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up short. Like, I guess it just depends. Like, I don't want to spend too long today streaming because I started late, but I hope I hope I can at least do some 3-hour streams throughout the rest of the week. But I know me and Xanthan are going to try to get back to Dark Souls 3 tonight. I wish he had freaking Scholar, because I'd love to freaking play Scholar with him. He unfortunately never got it. He borrowed it from me at one point. I remember that much. So, Yeah, let's, I'm gonna try. We're gonna try to take care of, well, we're gonna take care of this guy first, too. Throwing knives are dumb in this game. Oh my god. I hate these guys. Fuck! Oh, item collision. I fucking remember. Oh, how I have not missed you. Oh god, I remember that's a thing. I fucking forgot. Yeah, that's why, like, roll through fucking everything, because God fucking forbid. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. How I do this, because I did it last time, you play the fucking waiting game. You have to be incredibly fucking patient with this fight. I'm gonna have my shield up just in case. Okay. Come on. Okay. I'm already fucking up, man. I'm like doing no fucking damage to him. I mean, I know I'm only using single-handed swings, but that's the name of the game. Because I need to have my shield up just as a just in case. Oh, fuck. Actually, I don't know if the split damage is affecting... Okay, no. I was actually getting more AR from the fire longsword. Shit. Okay, I do a whopping whole 100 damage. Two-handing. So it's not much more, but again, patience is the name of this fucking game. Oh, fuck me. Oh, bullshit. god, my heart jumped there for a minute. I was like, no, I don't need to deal with an invader right now. Just leave me be. Oh, whoa. My mind is being blown right now. I'm seeing enemies do attacks I've never seen them do. God, Xanthan wasn't fucking kidding when he said that shit. He's like, you'll come back to a fucking Souls game and they'll fucking do shit that you never see. And what's going on, man? Kojima, it's been a minute. Oh, just fucking die. Just fucking... Oh, fuck! Oh my god! That was... Mistakes Rein! Oh my god! Oh my god, if I die to mobs now, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I killed the pursuer at least. But I died to the mobs after. That's freaking hilarious. Oh man. I was playing major waiting game. God, that's like all you have to do trying to fight. It's no biggie. Like I take it in stride, but fuck, that was freaking funny as shit. It's fine now. At least I only have the mobs to deal with, so it's like it's not too bad. And to answer you, the reason Dark Souls 2 draws a lot of ire from people, is mainly because it wasn't made by Miyazaki. It was made by the B team from the Souls devs, and a lot of people, because Miyazaki didn't have involvement in it, I know it's a lot different. Like the problem with it is, especially with Dark Souls 3 going back to being involved with Miyazaki, like there's a lot of like lore implications and stuff that had to change, and it's really muddled now because the story for this game certainly leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, a lot of the games do, to be perfectly honest. Like nothing's ever been conclusive. Like even with 3, I definitely felt blue-balled with, to be perfectly honest. It wasn't bad, just not as good as the first one. It depends on who you ask, because personally, this is my favorite Dark Souls. Like, I like Dark Souls 2 a lot. There are some purists out there who say that Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne don't compare to Dark Souls 1. You know, it's so, like, there's so many mixed opinions. It is, and I have no problem denying that this is definitely the black sheep of the Souls series. Like, it is. I think some people even prefer Demon Souls over this game, which, not that Demon Souls by any means is bad, but it is certainly fucking dated. That is the truth of that. Demon Souls is incredibly fucking dated. It's still a great game, though. Like, it's not a bad game. It just doesn't hold up as well as it probably could have if it was made at a later time.
Is that a shot? How?
But yeah, it really just depends who you ask, you know. Yeah, DMC5 hype. I know my buddy Xanthan's getting it, so he's probably going to be talking my ear off about it, which is fine. I'm sure I'm going to see a bunch of people talk about it and everything like that. I don't have any intention of getting it right now. I really do want to play through the Devil May Cry series because I haven't. The only 2 Devil May Cry games I've played to completion was Devil May Cry 1. I've played all the way through, and then DMC. I haven't played through 2, 3, or 4 to completion, and I've wanted to. It's something I've wanted to do. It's just I kind of put it on the back burner, for lack of a better term. Damn, look at all that. Fuck yeah. It's insane that Devil May Cry 5 is coming up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God, dude, March is going to be insane for me. March is going to be an insane thing for me. Because there's like... So, the sequel to Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, Fate Extella Link is coming out, so I'm super excited for that. I'm going to be playing the shit out of that. That's the game that I'm going to be playing the shit out of. So there's that coming up. Yoshi's Crafted World comes out at the end of March, which I'm really excited for, as well as the physical release of Dragon Marked for Death, and I've been holding off on buying the digital because I want the physical copy. Like, I was so hyped when I found out that they are actually making a physical copy. I was like, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I want the physical copy. It's going to cost a little bit more than what I would have spent if I had just gotten it digitally, and I've been hearing great things. I know Kaneki has been playing that, and he freaking loves it from what it sounds like. Which is good. That gives me that gives me good hope that the game is good. DOA 6 comes out. I'm actually gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on that for a minute. The reason for that is because I know everybody's really excited about it. It looks good. I've seen a little bit of the beta. I just... It's kind of funny to me, and I was talking to my friend Zacton. I've played fighting games with him. He came by the stream when I was streaming Super Metroid for an after-hours stream. He came by, and he was kind of talking about it, and I was explaining to him, I find it kind of humorous how everybody's done a 360 on that game. Like, before... You couldn't get a single person who would say definitively that, yes, I'm going to go buy this game at launch. Like, there are some of those people out there just because they want to stay on top of the FGC scene and everything like that, and I get that. But, like, for the most part, you didn't really hear anybody saying, like, everything was just negative from the moment that game was announced. Like, it was nothing positive. And so now, like, with the whole controversy behind what happened at EVO Japan and the whole thing with Mr. Wizard shutting off the stream and the presentation for that and everything like that, you know, it's kind of become muddled, and now everybody's done the 360, and now they're like, oh, I was totally going to get that game from the get-go. I'm going to go pre-order it now. So I want to wait. I want to wait. And I will get it because I do want to play it because I'm a DOA fan. You know, so I will get it. It's just I'm going to hold off for a minute. I'm not going to pre-order it. I'm going to wait till what people are saying and if it lives up to their expectations. Titty physics and all, you know. So I'm going to wait a minute and then I'll probably pick it up because I do really want to get back into playing fighting games, especially now that I finally got a Brooks converter. My stick's the way I want it. I made my stick all nice and shit, so... Oh, yeah? I wasn't sold at first because of the art style, plus I was a bit worried about the gameplay. It's completely fair. That's completely fair. You know, I'm really weird when it comes to games I pre-order. Like, it's this really weird thing where, like, if I'm not 100% sold on the game, I won't pre-order it. Like, I'll wait. I'll be like, I need to know that this game is worth my money, you know. But once I saw more trailers and played the demo, I got hyped. Yeah, a lot of people said that the demo is what really sold a lot of people on DOA 5, actually. Yeah, I know Xanthan was really excited with the demo. Really won him over, for lack of a better term. Okay, well, actually, yeah. Man, since hello. Just hanging out, huh? That's a horrible pun. That's fine, though. Since the Sudo's team have been doing really good with the game, plus I think he had more free reign on 5 than 4. Yeah, I could see that. I haven't really been keeping like too much up with the game's development, so that actually would not surprise me. Oh, that's so funny that I killed.
You? I mean, if we get tracked and then single. They say don't. It's high time. Lively.
Yeah. 4 wasn't fully done from what I've heard. Well, yeah, because isn't that why like Special Edition is kind of held in higher regard, because it offers a lot more than what the base game did. Yeah, that happens a lot, I've noticed. Like, it kind of sucks that there are some games that like could be potentially so much better. The hell did you say that it's? Oh my God, really, Twitch? Wow. Okay, so let me explain. The reason your message didn't go through right away is there's do not safe for work chat filters. I haven't screwed around with that yet, and apparently go to hell is considered a not safe for work term. Like, that is the most tame thing anyone has said thus far. Like, freaking Sasuke was in here the other night and was saying, like, fuck and all this other shit. And, like, that shit was getting pinged left and right. Oh, my God. It was super funny. And so I just had to allow it. I was like, you know, I'm not a Twitch affiliate yet. I'm not a partner, so it's no big deal if people will, you know, use a little bit of colorful expression in my comments, as long as they're not saying anything like too out there. You know, there are certain words I wouldn't approve of having in my Discord, having in my Twitch chat. But for the most part, just the run-of-the-mill cussing is not gonna bother me. Nero's girlfriend was supposed to be a villain. Oh, that'd be really interesting. And no racism. Yeah, just yeah. Like I try to at least abide by that. Like I don't mind run of the mill cuss words, but yeah, I do not fancy the racism. That kind of joking is better left kept amongst friends and not in the public. As hell and damn are common to me mostly. Yeah, no, I completely understand that. Like I know God, I always get crap from my family about the way I talk sometimes. I have to kind of try, like, it's kind of weird, like, less and less I've been filtering myself. I mean, I have to be mindful, you know, I respect my family a lot, and so I know they don't like hearing me say bad things, you know. They prefer I don't, but, you know, it happens sometimes. Sometimes I can't help it. It's just kind of like, that's the first word that comes to my head or something, you know. Yeah, no. I for the moment, like I said, you know, that guy's hanging out too. God. Yeah, like for the most part, I try when I stream and I make videos to not go off, but I kind of do anyway. But again, like I'll be a lot more mindful of that when I'm actually starting to, like, if the Twitch affiliate thing kicks off, or, you know, I know Derek's a partner, so it's like, you know, I know when he's streaming, we have to be like extra mindful of the things that we say. Yeah, yeah. Oh. That's what happens when I'm not paying attention and I zone out for a minute and I'm just going through the emotion shit. Oh man, I think that was like the first time I actually died. I think that's like how I died, like in vanilla, like when I first played Dark Souls 2 on PS3. I want to say that that's how I got my first death. Was I ended up like freaking like diving off some freaking cliff by mistake or something. It's fine though. It's no big deal. Death is all just a part of the game in Dark Souls. It's fine. Your week's been insane and it's only been like 3 days. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, my week's been pretty tame so far. I mean, I did some moving and stuff the other day. Like we got some furniture from one of my mother's bosses that me and my dad had to go pick up. So that was fun. That was an experience. Crap, where the hell am I going? Oh, that's where I was going. Oh, hello. That doesn't surprise me. If it has anything to do with like the Vic Mignogna stuff that's been going on, like I'm right there with you, dude. Like I actually, no joke, like I was kind of keeping, you know, more or less out of it. Like I haven't really. I mean, I think I responded to event status. I responded to something that he said and just kind of relayed something. But I've really just been like out of the loop. Like I haven't been keeping up on it. But man, like things are getting crazy with that. Oh fucking yeah! You know, this whole thing is just, it just goes to show you, man. Like the crazy thing out of all of this is the fact that these people thought nothing was going to happen. Like, they genuinely thought that there would not be any backlash, that all of this was just going to go over as, like, that destroying Vic's career was just going to go over so swimmingly for everybody. Like, but it isn't. Like, it's, the fans were pissed. You know, and now he's seeking legal action, which they genuinely, I have been led to believe, they genuinely thought that that was not on the table, that was never going to happen, and that this whole fucking thing about him pursuing legal action is a ruse. And it's like, no, you freaking destroyed this man's career. You lied. You founded your shit on lies, and you rolled with it and never bothered to question. Like, and everybody wonders why that there's such a huge disconnect with this whole, you know, the listen and believe sort of mentality. Like, you know, it just doesn't work for some people, you know. Hating on fans, making fun of a coworker's religion along with the way he talks. Then again, Sean isn't the great of a voice actor. IMO, same as Jamie Marquis, just crappy people in general. Yeah, you know, I don't say this lightly. You know, I will say that Sean Semmel's an idiot, and I am so glad that there have been voice actors who have not voiced any of their opinions. Like, I respect that. Like, and as much as people don't like, let's say guys like Troy Baker hasn't said anything about this. He hasn't made any sort of public statement as far as I know. Steve Bloom hasn't said anything. Mary Elizabeth McGillen hasn't said anything. You know, there's a lot of voice actors who I'm glad are just keeping on the down low, and they're not saying anything public. Like, a lot of industry vets too, because there could be a lot that could easily, you know, but they've seen what happens. Like, I think Todd Hapercorn came out in defense of Vic, and people fucking ate him alive for doing so. And so, like, I think they saw that, like, you know, to come out and defend him risks, you know, ruin. And like, I get, you know, I think people who genuinely do care about Vic and know that he is not the piece of shit that people are painting him as, like, I genuinely think they should step up and say something, but that's not my call, you know. But I get it on the same foot why they won't say something. Because yeah, Todd Apricorn got freaking destroyed, from what I heard. Like, yeah, he just, you know, and it sucks because, like, I've never had anything against Todd. Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch too. Like, everybody, that was a weird thing. Like, everybody told me that he was an asshole in real life, and I met Johnny Young Bosch, and nothing but nice things to say about him. He was a really cool dude. You know, I was really into his music, and it makes me sad that iShine's not a thing anymore and that I couldn't get to go see them on their last tour. It really sucks. But, you know, I think he's genuinely a nice guy. You know, I don't think Vic is a bad guy. Yeah, I don't either. You know, because, again, you know, I've been watching Nick Rekieta's streams on this matter, because I don't know the legality of things, you know, and everything like that. Like, I'm not well versed in that. Like, my mother has worked in legal stuff for many years. She was at a law firm for 19 years, you know, and she's now currently working for another law firm. But, you know, I don't know every single in and out thing about law. So, like, it's just really been nice to be informed, you know, via Nick Rekieta, you know, about how Vic could go about potentially, you know, seeking compensation and things like that. You know, it's just, yeah, like, this whole thing is just an absolute mess. And I just, and I was telling Event, I don't know if you saw my tweets about it, but, you know, I met Jamie Marquis when I met, God, I'm losing his name, which is so sad because he's such a nice guy. Wow, I completely. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. Hold on, hold on. Let me. God, I can't believe that I'm freaking drawing a blank right now. Oh, fuck yeah, there it came. I met Jamie Marquis when I met Ian Sinclair, and this was at the Santa Fe Comic-Con in 2015. Now, Comic-Cons run different than how anime cons run, in that the guests that they invite are not obligated to come, and they don't pay their way for these guests to be there. You know, a lot of cons typically, anime cons specifically, pay for their guests to be there. There's a contract. So I met Ian Sinclair and I met Jamie Marquis in 2015 at Santa Fe Comic-Con. And Ian was nothing but fucking a sweetheart. Like, I love Ian to death. And I was so upset that I didn't have, like, any sort of, like, Space Dandy memorabilia or anything else he had voiced in that I could have had him sign. I have fucking shit now that he could sign if I ever met him again. But I was just nothing but nice to him. He was nothing but nice to me and the other fans. Our little back and forth about Smash Bros was really good. You know, I went up and I shook his hand. I told him how much I appreciated him coming down because I knew he didn't have to. He sure as hell didn't have to go to that Comic-Con. But he did, and I was really, really happy he was there. But, you know, Jamie Marquis, like, I got nothing but bad vibes the minute I laid eyes on her. Like, I felt something was really off about her. Like, and it wasn't like, you know, like, in the sense that, like, oh, she's got some sort of, like, you know, mental disorder or something like that. Not that kind of off. Like, I just felt like something wasn't right. And, like, it kind of furthered my point because they didn't pay their, like, the con was not paying for them to be there. When it came to signings, they had to charge for signings. Now, Ian was charging only $10 to sign whatever the people had on them that they wanted signed by him, which is all well and good. Jamie, on the other hand, was charging $10 a piece. So a person has 5 items. That's $50 that they're spending per so they're spending $10 a signature basically, But Ian was just super nice. So like I just got nothing but freaking bad vibes from her. I only hugged one voice actress, but she was the nicest person ever. They do it for the kindness out of their hearts. Yes, I have heard that that she's like super feminist. And I was already pissed off about that because that whole debacle with prison school was like the dumbest shit in my opinion. Like the prison school thing should have not even been a thing because that line, the whole Gamergate line, was completely out of context. Had no right being in that script, but she was like making a big deal out of it, like it was the most revolutionary thing to talk about something controversial in a fucking anime. And I'm like, excuse me, no, like that's not a big thing. Like, besides, like you forget that like a lot of people like, because Gamergate was specifically about gamers. Like, yeah, there are gamers who, like me, who watch anime. But not all anime fans are bred the same. Not all anime fans are, like, big into video games. So, like, to the average anime fan who watches something like that, and they make some reference to something that they have no fucking clue what they're making a reference about. Like, I get that that's why English translations exist, because sometimes in some contexts they have to change stuff because the way that the original translation would be from Japanese, it focuses more on Japanese, traditions and stereotypes and things like that. Like, so references that are specific to Japanese culture might go over the head of a typical American, so that's completely fine. I get why they change stuff like that, but to radically include something in the context of like it not even making any sense why that was even said, because it really makes no context. Like I looked at the side-by-side comparison of like the original translation and the American translation of that specific scene in prison school, and it makes no sense in the context of the scene. I haven't heard anything about the Dragon Maid stuff, but I refuse to watch that show on the grounds that I think it's actually absolutely fucking trash. Dragon Maid is not my cup of tea. Like I absolutely refuse to watch it. It doesn't help that the writer for Prison School threw a tantrum when people gave him flack over the Gamergate stuff, or I should say, kill all the Nazis. Well, Tyson Reinhardt is a moron. It makes no sense. Anime isn't supposed to be representative of real life. Like they made a big deal like it was the writer and Jamie's like collaboration, and I think the thing that pissed me off more than anything is the fact that Funimation just doubled down on the idea that like, oh well, we give our writers the creative freedom to write whatever they want, we have no say in what they write or what they add in the dubs. And it's like, bullshit you do, bullshit you don't, because you're the ones who fucking employ these people. Like, but it's just come to light that fucking, it's so obvious now that Funimation is so deep in that mindset that they agree with those people. They agree with that kind of mindset, and it's just so apparent now. And it doesn't help that they were acquired by Sony, which Sony's suffering from the same thing right now. So, yeah, it's just freaking awful. But they're going to be thinking twice when their potential name and brand is on the line in a freaking legal battle. So, we'll see who has their chops still, because I can guarantee you, man, if Vic wins, hell is going to fucking break loose. Like, I've already kind of been waiting for that, to be perfectly honest. Like, the way the world's going, no offense, is like the way that the world is going is just like, I'm just waiting for the day where civil unrest becomes pushed to the point of just no return and things just go absolutely fucking bonkers. Because it kind of already is. It kind of has been. But, I have this odd feeling that there is going to be so much shit that happens in the wake if Vic actually does win some sort of legal battle. Like, there are going to be people who are going to be wishing they hadn't said shit. And I'm assuming and this is just my thought, you know, because I don't know what's in the minds of some of these voice actors. Like, I don't know what their opinions of Vic are, and I don't act like I know, and I don't want to know. You know, it's not my place to know. I think a lot of that stuff should be left in the privacy of people's private conversations and keep it there, you know. But, you know, I can see why, because with the rise of what's going to happen, you know, it's probably best that a lot of these voice actors don't say anything, because they risk the potential of ruining their careers for either standing for Vic or standing against him. You know, because anything that they could say at this point could potentially be used as, you know, fuel for Vic's case. You know, so it's just, yeah, it's insane. Jamie will throw a giant tantrum and try to sue Manana, but fail miserably. I mean, it just depends on how the suit goes and the legal counsel, and how the legal counsel of that Vic has chosen handles things, you know, because it could very well be that she could countersue. I don't necessarily know for what. I'm sure she has something she can try to freaking spin and cause shit over. That I am would not be surprised about. Well, and again, I think some people do realize that, you know, potentially anything they could say could be used, you know, to either ruin them or whatever. You know, they could unintentionally support Vic's case, you know, with something that they say. So I think it's best that any voice actor who is smart should just stay out of it at this point. You know, and again, you know, I can't speak on their behalf, you know, and I'm not going to claim that I know what, you know, goes in the minds of some of these voice actors, but it's probably just best if they just don't. You know, whether they support Vic or whether they support Jamie and Monica. You know, and I kind of had to laugh the other day too, because you know, my a friend of mine on Twitter was like retweeting something that Monica posted, and it was the funniest shit to me. She said something along the lines, she posted pictures of like this whole freaking like thing, like tangent that she went on, and you know, basically said that something to the extent of like, oh, you know, we should all be respectful of each other, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, you were right there with freaking you were right there with Jamie jumping into the whole bullshit where you know, you were calling for blood basically, and then not only that, you were threatening legal action against people who disagreed with you. You know, you were threatening the potential of law enforcement being involved over tweets. You know, and I just it blows my mind that is now people's go-to way to try to defend themselves. They don't have a genuine argument, so instead they're going to threaten some sort of legal action or some sort of law enforcement action. You know, because the police obviously have nothing else better to do. It's not like, you know, that they actually have jobs where they're, you know, trying to keep people who are, you know, in traffic safe. They're trying to keep people who are just living their lives safe, because, you know, the internet is a completely separate world from the real world. You know, you know, there are people, you know, and this is the thing, you know, that I have to constantly remind myself of, you know, is that not everybody is glued to Twitter. Not everybody is glued to social media. You know, there are people in this world who are literally just trying to live every day as they can, just going through the motions. You know, so like when I go to Walmart, you know, it's probably not that I'm going to run into, you know, somebody who has some shit to say to me, you know, because of the way I dress or whatever. Like, that the probability of that happening, while it's there, you know, it's insignificant, because a lot of these freaking people on Twitter and shit, you know, they don't act like this in real life. Or maybe they do. I don't know. Jamie Marquis doesn't fall too far from that. Where I think she acts the same in real life as she does on Twitter. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. You know, it's exactly, you know, and that's the thing. Like, I've tried, there's so much negativity in the world, and I've tried very vehemently to steer away from it a lot of the time, you know, just because it's like, I don't want to contribute to it, you know, like, that's why I like my Twitter is like, I'm very selective about the stuff that I retweet or the stuff that I say. I like to kind of just talk about, you know, gaming and posting links about my streams and the stream archives. Like, you know, I just try to keep out of that shit, because it's not that I'm a pussy or anything like that, and I don't want, like, you know, that I could, oh, you couldn't debate these people, that's why you don't jump in. It's like, no, it's just like, I don't want that drama, because it was like, after the bullshit that happened back in 2014 with me and another YouTube user, you know, it became very clear to me that, like, to me personally, I just don't want to deal with that shit. Like, it's not worth the stress to deal with internet drama at all. Like, at all. It's not worth it. You know, I post memes and nothing more. Memes aren't hurting anybody. It just depends on the person. It depends on the person. Because you could get some person's jimmies in a tussle because you say something or do a, you know, meme about something specific or whatever. I personally don't think memes hurt anybody. You know, if you don't like the specific type of meme, if you see something that you think is either offensive or what, don't fucking look at it. You know, it's kind of like the idea of, like, you know, you don't like seeing people pray where they want to pray, then look the other way. You know, like, you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. You know. Oh yeah, exactly. Like, I am not of the mind where I feel that starting drama and internet wars and shit like that, like, it's just not, it's not something I particularly want to partake in. You know, I got into some beef with people, and, you know, I realized I really had to take a step back and just realize, you know, that it's just not worth, it's not worth it. You know, it never will be worth it. Okay, I can't, wow, 20 strength, holy crapper. Oh, and that's a great sword too, wow. Wow, 20 strength for the frickin' bastard sword, damn. Okay, I guess I'm stuck with these for the moment. Yeah, it's just, it's a crazy world. Crazy world. Okay. Oh boy. I've had my fair share of dumb people too. Sometimes they're unavoidable, unfortunately. But I try not to, like, a lot of those people that, like, I just didn't overly care for in high school, like, they're not a part of my life anymore. So, you know, that's kind of the funny thing is, like, when I run into them, when I run into them out and about, like, just out of the blue, like, I'll run into them at, like, Walmart or something like that. It's just kind of the funniest thing.
Oh, you have
It's just kind of the funny thing to me, like when I run into these people who I used to know, how they try to like act all buddy with me and everything like that. It's kind of a funny thing, but they put their Twitters on private when someone doesn't agree or gives them criticism on it. Yeah, I mean that's the tactic. You know, it's you. You make yourself look like an idiot, and it's like, oh, you know, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna double down. Hey, yo, Cool World Order, Kaneki, thank you for the host, man. I'm much obliged.
Sorry, I could.
Oh, this guy doesn't sell crap right at the beginning. Yeah, that's right. You have to spend a little bit.
Well,
I think I'm obligated to stream for that third hour now. Okay. Again, thank you, Kaneki, for the host. Appreciate it, man. Okay. I'm like running around and I'm like drawing blanks on what the hell I was doing. I should probably at least throw like a plus onto. Oh, excuse me. So did I hear about the full body incident? That does about one character in particular. That doesn't sound familiar. So I'll have to say no. I don't think I've heard of that. Might have to elaborate a little bit more. The Catherine full body. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that whole thing's a gigantic fucking dumpster fire. It don't matter though because I'm still pre-ordering the fucking game. I've already pre-ordered the fucking game. I'm gonna buy the fucking game, and I don't give a shit. I liked the original game, and no one threw a fucking shit fit at the original game. So yeah, like, and you know, I have to bring up something really funny about that. You know, you don't find out about that specific character till like almost the end of the game. And now here's the thing that I am surprised no one has fucking talked about. And you know, everybody wants to throw outrage at this new potential, you know, whatever, mistranslated, whatever, this new ending or whatever the fuck it is. You know, everybody wants to flip their shit, but in the original game, this character, you don't find out about the truth behind this character until the end of the game. And they lead one of the other characters on thinking that this character is not how they actually are. And that character flips the fuck out when they find out. So it's like, it's kind of humorous that no one flipped their shit about that. But now they want to flip their shit because, oh, it's getting a new release and it's getting a new ending and oh my god. I laugh my ass off. Like, it's so freaking funny that no one flipped their shit about the original. But everyone's flipping their shit about the re-release. Oh my god. And the thing is too, and even if the ending, which has been found out that was completely fucking false, the allegations about this ending anyway, it was found out to be completely fucking false. It's like, even if that had been the freaking case, it's one ending. There's like 8 endings in the original freaking Catherine. It's like any of those endings could be the canon that you want to go with. It's depending on what you do as the player in the game and what ending you decide that you want. So it's like, fuck off with this noise. Like, oh my god, it's an ending. It's one ending out of like, what? Is there now 10? 12? Because of the new character? Like, shit. You know, god. So freaking dumb. Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like the Silent Hills. Like, because any of them except the first one. Because the first one is actually followed story canonically wise by Silent Hill 3. It's like Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 4, Origins, Homecoming, Downpour, all that shit, Shattered Memories, they all have their plethora of fucking endings that you can get for the game. And it's like whatever canon you want to go with it's up to you. Like even with Silent Hill 2, the director came out and said, I personally feel such and such ending is my head canon, but it's not my call. It's up to whatever the player decides as what they want as the ending. So it's like, you know, like fuck off with this noise that like you can't enjoy the game or you can't support the game because there's an ending in the game that you don't like. It's like, I'm not partial to any of the UFO endings in the Silent Hill games. I think they're kind of silly and over the top. Like the dog ending in Silent Hill 2. I think, but for me personally, that one's more hilarious than the UFO endings. But it's like, the UFO endings became like a running joke amongst the games. There's constant references to them. And so it's like, you know, I'm not partial to those being the actual canon, but you know, to each their own. If somebody wants to say that the UFO ending to Silent Hill 1 is the only ending that makes sense, or the UFO ending to Silent Hill 2 is the only one that makes sense, you know, like, more power to them. Like, I hate this idea that, like, one ending in a game that has multiple endings, that already had eight different endings that you could get in freaking the original. Like, everyone freaking, like, it's so dumb is the thing that I'm trying to say. God, it's just so dumb. People making something out of nothing. It's literally a nothing burger situation. Like, there's nothing there that anyone should have been freaking their shit out about. Like, just nothing. Like, it's so silly to me. Dog heading enemy in tears. When I saw it the first time, I love all the endings personally. Yeah, you know, I was, like, the very first time I saw the dog ending, I was a lot younger, so I didn't really appreciate it the same way that I do now. Like, before, I was weirded out. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why did James suddenly start talking in Japanese? And, like, it just, like, made no fucking sense to me, like, when the first time I saw it. But then, like, as I got older and I appreciated, you know, stuff like Silent Hill 2 and things like that a lot more, it just started, like, it's like, oh my god, this ending's fucking hilarious, you know? it just makes me laugh that, like, everybody is flipping out about just dumb shit like that. Guy Chihei does live in Japan. Oh my god. Now you got me talking. Now I gotta actually take drinks. Because my throat's all... Oh, okay. Okay. The voice actor of... Yeah. Oh, that's actually really cool. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Oh, so wait. Are you saying that that's actually him speaking Japanese? Oh, wow. Oh, shit. I didn't know that. That's freaking amazing. That's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, yeah, I just... Oh my god. Another controversy, another day. Like, it's kind of sad, you know, like, I don't say it, like, as, like, oh, I wish I was younger because I'm getting old or whatever. Like, that's usually, like, that's not the way that, like, I look at it when I say this. But, God, I miss when I was, like, a high school student. Because none of this shit existed. Like, none of it. Like, you know, back when I was 15, 12 years ago, you know, none of this shit in my head existed. All I wanted to do was go home after school, play my fucking video games, hang out with my fucking friends. That's all I wanted to do. Ever. Like, I didn't care about elections or politics. I didn't care about any of that shit. I dreaded the thought of a freaking economics class or a freaking government class. Like, that was actually something that I would have had to take had I not dropped out. You know, I hated it. I hated the thought of it. Like, I genuinely just, like, That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to hang out with friends. I wanted to have a good time. I wanted to go watch movies. I wanted to go play video games. Like, none of that shit ever mattered to me. Like, none of it. And now it's like, now I feel like I'm like knee deep in it, you know, because of freaking avenues like Twitter. Friends, anime and games for me personally. Yeah. Yeah, I never wanted to freaking be involved in that crap. God, I mean, like, I genuinely think because of, like, the more or less how it became so mainstream, like, that it was affecting, you know, it actually started to, like, influence people around me and stuff. It's like, you know, I genuinely think that that's kind of like why some of my friendships and stuff fell apart, is just because shit, you know. Like, God, I had to mute, like, there were people, you know, point in case, you know, I worked in 2015, or yeah, in 2015 during my last few months when I worked at GameStop. I worked with a girl. She was super awesome, into games and all that. Super fun to be around, super fun to work with. Well, I genuinely actually like developed feelings for her, like to the point where I wanted to date her. She said no, and I was kind of okay with that. And you know, I was like, you know what, yeah, you know, it's probably better. You know, we're employees. If shit goes south, you know, God forbid. You know, well, you know, when the president got elected, when that all happened, she had a fucking meltdown on freaking Facebook. Like, the shit she was espousing that was going to happen because of the president being elected, like, it was mind-numbing. It was absolutely mind-numbing to think that the whole world was going to come to an end because of who got elected as president. And so it's just like, you know, I had to just, you know, I sat back and had that realization, you know, oh my God, I wanted to genuinely date this woman at one point, and like she just fucking lost it. Like, and that's something I would have had to deal with. Hypothetically, if I had actually been in a relationship with her at that time, I would have had to deal with that. And it's like, you know, I'm just like, I'm so over that. Like, you know, I've heard that the world is ending so many times from so many people, you know, like, God, there's all those freaking conspiracy theorists who think the freaking world's gonna end. Like, God, the Mayan calendar was supposed to be one of them. Fucking Y2K was supposed to be one of them, because apparently, you know, no one bothered to, you know, tell Chris Jericho that he was somehow gonna attribute to the end of the world. You know, it's just like so many people have espoused that nonsense. You know, it's just like it gets so mind-numbing to hear it over and over again. You know, it's like, oh, this president's gonna end the world. Oh, this president's gonna end the world. Like, no, what's gonna end the world is us being stupid. What's end the world. Like, I don't think it's gonna be one person specifically that's gonna contribute to it. It's gonna be all of us. You know. Like, it's going to be the human race as a collective whole. Like, it's not going to be just one person that contributes to the end of the world. You know. I mean, and I'm not going to lie. You know, I watched, last year, I watched Devilman Crybaby. And, I won't lie. It genuinely disturbed me when shit started hitting the fan, and, like, in the show, when the demons are made public, like the demons are shown to the world, basically, that they exist and everything like that, and how quickly, like, I mean, granted, it doesn't explain how much time has passed in the actual anime, but it's just like the world just fucking falls apart. Like, everybody starts turning on each other, you know, friends and stuff who have been friends for years. Like, and it just, like, that, it unsettled me. Like, because, like, I genuinely started thinking about the world we live in today, and I'm like, that's a fucking possibility. Like, that shit could happen. You know? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I saw that coming. and I get, yeah, you know, that's definitely. Let me take a drink. Definitely not an anime for everybody. Totally get that, but it kind of just instilled, as weird as it sounds, it instilled this hopelessness in me, like, just because, like, just seeing how humanity just fell, like. It's mind-numbing because, again, like, you know, I genuinely have the impression that you know, that could happen, you know. Oh, there's a new Devilman? Oh, I must have missed that. I'll have to look into that. I've actually wanted to watch the original Devilman, to be perfectly honest. I hear the manga is actually really, really short, the original manga. Oh, Baki the Grappler. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know, I've actually heard some decent things about that anime. But yeah, like, it's just so crazy how the world is, like, that I would even think that a fall of humanity on that scale is possible. And I do genuinely think it is. Like, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen in the same manner, because according to my beliefs, demons don't exist. You know, I don't think demons are real. You know, demons, like, if you want to talk about people who are just straight up fucking, if you want to talk about people who are just straight up maniacal and twisted and evil, yeah, like those type of people. But I mean, there's another term, like, people like to call those people monsters as well. You know, so yeah, that exists. But like actual demons, you know, like the things that, you know, fucking you get told about as a child to freaking scare you, or to make sure that you fucking eat your vegetables and shit. Like, I don't believe that those fucking exist. Like, and it's kind of sad too, because, like, I recently house sat Virgin Devilman Crybaby versus the Chad Devil May Cry. But isn't, like, I've heard a lot of mixed things about the Devil May Cry anime. Yeah, you know, I recently house sat for a friend. You know, if you've seen my video about my friend Andrew who passed away, you know, I house sat for his parents. Oh, hey, look at that, Street Fighter updated. I forgot that like pinged at the beginning of this stream. Like, holy crap, that took freaking. God, we're almost 2.5 hours into how long I've been streaming. Oh, shit. Give me one sec. Oh, sorry about that. My dad was giving me a call. Oh, you meant the games. Yeah. I was going to say, you had me confused for a minute. I was like, the Devil May Cry anime. I was like, I've heard so many mixed things about that. But yeah, like, you know, I house sat for my buddy Andrew's parents. while they went out on a vacation. You know, this is kind of the thing, because as heart-wrenching as it is to say, like, I don't want to like be like a huge downer on the stream or anything like that. I don't want to like change the tone, but I just want to say, you know, it's like, you know, they like his family, a lot of his relatives and stuff, they're spiritual, you know, to each their own. You know, most of my family is spiritual and or religious, you know, so it's like, and I'm not, so that's kind of a fun time. But you know, they refused to go over to his house because after, you know, he passed away, they think he's haunting the place. And I can tell you, you know, you would think that if he was, and he knew that one of his best friends was house sitting for him, you'd think that maybe he would try to, you know, I don't know, screw with me while I'm sleeping there or something. You know, I stayed there for 5 nights, and you know, I never had an experience, if you will. I never saw him like walk down the hallway or anything like that. No, the weirdest thing about that house is just because the AC is really fucking old, it like whistles like a fucking siren. Like, it's really weird. Like, that's what freaked me out more than anything. The first night I was there was when that fucking AC came on. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, is that like I genuinely thought it was like a tornado siren or something, or like an air raid siren. Like, that's what it sounded like. It's just because it's so fucking old. That's what it sounded like. So that was the only thing that freaked me out. But yeah, no, my buddy Andrew, as far to my knowledge, and at least with the small amount of time that I was there, you know, 5 nights, you know, I don't think his spirit is there. You know, don't think it is. You know, and it was actually, it's kind of funny, and I find a little bit of humor in this. You know, my father, you know, is devout in his faith, and he said when I told him that his family thought, you know, that you know, his spirit was haunting his home. You know, my dad was like, you know, he would come and bless the place, you know, because I guess he's actually been ordained and can do that. You know, like I laughed and I said, you know, I was there, you know, because like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, like, you hear the stories and it's like you kind of hear of the idea that, like, you know, when you go into a place that's apparently infested with paranormal or whatever, you know, you get the feeling that you shouldn't fucking be there. Like, that's what I've always heard. Like, you can read all the stories of people who actually do that shit for a living, like, who go and, like, paranormal investigate and things like that. Like, they get feelings of just, like, this is not a place I should be, you know, kind of. You know, I've only ever had that feeling once, and that's when I was at a party. I was like, I shouldn't fucking be here. But yeah, it's just like, you know, I've been over there several times since he passed away, and I've never once been in that house and ever thought, you know, I've never felt uneasy. I've never felt like there's something out of place, you know. And again, it could be because, you know, my lack of beliefs, you know, I don't know. It's just like, I've just never felt that, you know. It's like, it's just, you hear about the stories of, like, people who actually, you know, yeah, like I said, you know, do the whole paranormal investigating and things like that, and they all say the same thing. I get this feeling that I shouldn't be here, but I'm gonna go in anyway. And kind of even happens in, like, horror movies for the most part. But I mean, horror movies are made to make the fucking protagonist the most idiotic people that you've ever seen. Because I've watched enough horror movies to know that if I was ever in the same situation, I would not do like 90% of the freaking things that that transpire in the movie. Like, Oh, hey, I heard a creepy noise. Let's go into the room where the creepy noise is coming from. Oh, hey, that looks like a really dark hallway. Like, oh, let's go down the creepy dark hallway without any flashlights. Like, it's just like, oh, it's so, oh, God, I hate modern horror, especially American horror. Oh, it's so bad. It's so predictable. Has to do something else that's actually, like, you know, has to do something else to make it interesting. But anyway, I have talked my fucking vocal cords off. I think that I've talked more than I have in a while. Like my throat wasn't even feeling this bad when I was freaking doing my after hour stream, and I was sleepy. Well, and you know what? That to me is completely natural, because when my grandmother passed away, as tragically as she did, you know, the last time I saw her was at my older brother's wedding, and she was in good health when I last saw her. So that is my last physical memory of seeing her. I never saw her when she started degrading as quickly as she did. You know, she suffered a brain tumor. They were trying, you know, it was inoperable, so they thought that all they could do was do radiation, but she was old, you know, like, and the radiation, I think, is what killed her. You know, it just made her worse. It didn't make her better. You know, and a few days, it was actually when I heard the news that she had passed away. I was in Denver visiting my sister and her husband. I didn't cry when I heard about it, and that sounds heartless because it's someone that I did actually care about. It was just, you know, I knew she was suffering. I knew that she was getting worse and worse and worse, and I didn't want her to suffer anymore. So when her death came, it was like a relief, because now I know she's not suffering anymore, because that's like the worst. That was like the worst fucking thing, you know. It is like you don't want to see someone you love suffer. You'd rather, like, if, like, death is tragic, but like you'd rather that they die quick and that they don't have to experience like just this awful illness or this awful just awful degradation, you know, where they just degrade and they just get worse and worse and worse, you know. So when her passing came, you know, it was just a relief that I knew she was no longer suffering. And you know, when I finally came home from Denver, like a week or two after, I had a very similar experience where I dreamed that she was here at the house, and she was talking with my younger brother, and I came out and I just was like, oh my God, Grandma, you're here, you know, like, you're okay, you know. And she told me, yes, I'm okay. And I don't remember any more of the dream after that. It was just kind of like, you know, and again, I'm not spiritual by any means, but, you know, some people might look at that as being like, oh, she came to you as like confirmation that she's not, like, you know, that she's okay in whatever afterlife that she might be in, if there is one, you know. So you know, so it's everybody experiences different things, but they treat everything like a joke, which pissed off some of my family members. Yeah, you know, and that's kind of the sad thing too. Like, not to like dive too much into like personal stuff, but that's the sad thing too with Andrew's family. Like, a lot of them didn't care until he was gone, you know, and that's a sad thing. Like, you know, you should care when he's alive, not care when he's no longer with us. But yeah, I totally get you, man. And it's it's coming up on the anniversary of Andrew's passing, and it's been rough. Like, it's hard to think that like it's already been almost a year, you know. This is mind-boggling. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and head off for today. So I'll probably be back tomorrow. I want to do this whole playthrough again. Uploads for the archives might be a little bit sporadic. It's a pain in the butt because I have to split them, render them, and then they take forever to upload. But yeah, I'll probably be back sometime tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier. So if you see me on, feel free to come by. And as always, for everybody who came by, again, big shout out to Ian for the follow. Really do appreciate it, man. Shout out to Gold Order, Kaneki. Thank you for the host, man. Much appreciated. And until next time, guys, this has been Daybreaker Rein. And as always, I will catch you all in the next one. I'm doing that kind of weird because my mic's there. I should do it like that. Alrighty. I always like doing this. I don't think yeah. Laters, everybody. But I actually have to do this, so I have to. That's gonna make some noise, but there we go.